What a day we've had in the IPL. If you needed any day to just sum up what the game of cricket is, probably today, this Sunday, is a good example, because you had one game which went right down to the wire, the final ball to decide the winner, and in a nail-biting finish you had Kolkata Knight Riders win. And then just a few hours later you have probably one of the most one-sided games. So after one of the closest games this IPL season, you've had one of the most one-sided games in this game. Punjab playing in their adopted home of Dharamshala, their first game this season, winning by a massive margin of 37 runs. So you'd say a rather comfortable win then for Punjab. And what that has done is taken Punjab to number 2 on the points table. With 15 points, they're sitting ahead of Mumbai Indians now, having played the same amount of games. So that's a healthy position to be in. And the race for the top 4 gets tight and tight as we go along.
For the first time in 12 years, Punjab have won at Dharamshala. You call an adopted home ground, it's been a curse for them.
No, but it still remains an adopted home ground. They may win or lose.
When was
but it is their adopted hometown.
It was a very special moment when they won.
So 12 years, for 12 years they haven't won in
Dharamshala.
Paul Valthati was the last time in
Adam Gilchrist's last competitive game.
Guess who was the wicket keeper during that over? When Adam Gilchrist bowled that
Praveen Kumar.
Yes.
Yes.
And Gilchrist bowled the only ball in his IPL career. He got Harbhajan Singh's wicket.
I know where he got the answer from. I know.
Where?
Arey, we had discussed this thing a few hours back, na? Siddharth and I.
No, but I didn't.
I think you must have overheard us.
No.
Give him credit here. He would have known.
Doesn't matter if he heard or overheard or not. I want to know, what does your gut say now? Because you've been hearing your gut a lot. His gut told him in the mid-inning show
evil smile was back.
that today Lucknow is going to win, because IPL is like that and they cannot be decided till the last day. And despite our repeated request with him that yes, it will still go to the last day, that doesn't mean that Punjab cannot win. He said no. See, his favorite word, no.
I had made it. I said that cricketing logic suggests 80-20 in favor of Punjab.
So what happened to the gutting logic?
I thought that, I had a feeling that maybe, because see, law of averages at some point does catch up with the team. Rajasthan Royals, it catched up, they've been doing well, but they're not able to finish. They did not really finish the game well. But with Lucknow Super Giants, it's not catching up at all. They're just continuing to be bad.
See, Lucknow Super Giants, if you want to...
What is the logic of sometime it will catch up? They are in the mid-table. So they won some, they lose some, win some, lose some.
In the last 5, they've just won 1 game.
Yeah,
so now
mid-table team.
But mid-table team.
But you don't say the same when some other teams play law of averages.
Which team?
Like, Rajasthan plays, or
I said Rajasthan played.
CSK.
Finally, law of averages caught up with them today. But they were not able to finish the game, na?
Caught up with them?
No,
Yeah.
they have been consistent with the trend.
Yeah,
So how will it catch
So
up?
there is nothing called law of averages. Some teams are consistent with the trend.
Yeah,
law of averages catches up with a team who's either losing and win today, which didn't happen, or winning and lose today, which also didn't happen. So how did it catch up? So nothing is catching up.
Consistently failed to get over the line. That's the point. But I think one thing is safe to say after this Punjab Kings' victory today, that both Punjab and RCB are just 1 win away from sealing a playoff spot. Both Punjab and RCB. RCB do it.
If I'm saying, how mathematically, what if
Saransh,
you could have them lose all the remaining games? Punjab, again, hypothetical scenario, 3 matches they lose, or they win 1 and lose 2, then they remain on 17.
No, I'm talking just about the best case scenario for both teams.
No, but you're saying 1 win and they're through is not 100% sure.
I think if RCB get to 18, then they're 100% through.
No, I'm talking about Punjab, you said.
17 points.
Yeah, so they could be
enough.
Why not? They could be a scenario they are stuck on 17 and KKR also get to 17 and KKR have a better net run rate.
KKR
by which time you could also have someone like a Gujarat sitting on 18.
See, even let's break it down team by team, okay?
No, then both the teams will go at 17.
No, there's Mumbai also. I'm not talking.
But then Mumbai also will reach 18.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. With 17, you can miss out.
See,
You can miss out, but with 18, I think you will be assured.
18, yes, but 17
17
could be tricky, because you could have 2 teams on 17 and the remaining 3 teams on 18 is a possibility. Though Mumbai, they don't clash with anyone other than Gujarat. But Gujarat have a game in hand and they can still get to 18.
18, yes.
So you could
one
still
game. See, MI/GT one is definitely getting to 16.
MIDC as well.
See, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
For example, this is GT. Even if they lose to Mumbai, and let's say Mumbai get to 18 then, and they win the remaining, they also get to 18. RCB also get to 18. 3 teams on 18, 2 teams on 17. You can still miss out.
You can still miss out.
So
That is the
17
thing.
also does not
17,
guarantee.
yeah, does not guarantee.
17 doesn't guarantee you in that sense.
That's what I was saying. That
Tomorrow-
18, yes, not
I
17.
think I basically made a mistake because I thought that KKR and PBKS are yet to play one more time, but then I realized they've already played twice.
See,
Yeah.
One more game, if RCB wins, I think they'll assure themselves. Right?
Yeah,
At 18,
absolutely.
you'll write Q.
18, yeah, 18, I'll
18
write
is
Q.
going to be a Q.
Then for Punjab, they'll have to win 2 more out of the next 3 if they want to be comfortable. With
Not comfortable for Q.
For the Q.
They could still
Yeah.
lose 2, win 1, and still qualify.
Mumbai needs 3 in the next 4. Same situation. They'll also have a Q next to their name.
Mumbai need 2 wins
Two-
out of
just
the
2 out of the
remaining
next
3.
3, yeah.
And they should be okay.
They should be okay.
Best case scenario. Yeah.
And for Gujarat, they need to win just 2 more games out of the next 4.
But
And Delhi also.
Delhi need to win 3 out of
the next 4.
So that's what I'm saying. For Mumbai also, you have to win 2 out of 3, which isn't easy now. It's quite, and because you're playing a Gujarat, Punjab, and Delhi, you can also lose 2. If you lose 2, you probably miss out. 16, you might miss out.
Yeah, you'll miss out.
This season,
Yeah.
16, you might miss out.
Because see, step
It
by
might,
step,
yeah, it might all boil down to everyone hoping towards the end that RCB does them a favor and knocks Kolkata out. Because if Kolkata finish on 17, Mumbai can't make it.
Because see,
If they lose 2 out of the 3.
if
do you think that more than 4 teams will be having 16 or more than 16 points?
It's possible because you're not cancelling each other out. Earlier, what would
possible,
happen that
yeah.
you cancel, as I said right now, because you're not playing each other, the only clash is coming between
MIGT.
Gujarat MI. But there, because Gujarat have a game in hand, they can lose that. And still, so for example, Mumbai in this case, win that particular game against
They'll be in
Gujarat.
16.
So they'll be in 16, right? Gujarat can still get to 18. Mumbai wins another game, they get to, so assuming they beat Delhi also, they get to 18. Gujarat also on 18. Punjab can get to 19 also.
yeah.
So
Because see, Punjab's next game
and RCB can get to 18. So you could even have a situation where 18 would be close. Then you eliminate a Kolkata.
Yeah.
And
if Punjab
Lucknow.
wins 2, okay, then
They are
Kolkata, even Kolkata's progress is then very difficult.
Yeah, because Kolkata can at max get
Only
to 17.
get to 17, and there are 3 teams that can get to 18. Because one of MIGT is definitely getting to 16. One of them, because they are playing each other.
to be fair, even Delhi can get to 18.
Yes.
They need to win all. But
So you could actually have a scenario, eliminate, let's say, Kolkata out. You could have a scenario where 18 might not guarantee you a slot.
Yes.
I'll give you an example. Just click the
Mumbai is playing
RCB.
Delhi also, and Delhi Gujarat are also playing.
But I will still give you an example. I'll just tell you. So, for example, in the first team that is there right now,
It's
RCB, they need 1 to get to 18.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say they beat whichever team, Lucknow and
That's in Ekana.
whatever. So they get to 18. They're not clashing with anyone, right? Of no use. Punjab
Punjab are facing MI, DC, and RR.
So these are the ones that can cancel each other out. So let's say in this one DC wins.
They'll get to 14. DC beat GT, they'll get to 16. And DC MI. If MI loses to...
Sunrise also.
No,
Delhi
so
also
there
has
are
one
teams
game
cancelling
extra.
each out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
what
Delhi
that
also has
tells
one
you,
game.
18 is 100%.
Yeah. 16 also more often than not.
No. 16 we just calculated. 16 won't be Q. I just gave an
17
example.
Because 17 also.
There are two
teams,
17s.
yeah.
So 16 is not a guarantee at all.
Yeah.
You could actually get to 16 and miss out. It's a reality now because those games are not cancelling out. But 18 is 100% qualification. Even 17 will have an asterisk.
Asterisks, yes.
I think in
Towards it.
case of 18, I don't think all like 4 teams can finish with a total of 18
Yeah,
points.
they can't.
not
That's
happening.
why I'm
That's
saying
not
that 18 is 100%
Yeah, yeah.
sure. So if you get to 18,
But
18
three
right now.
teams can.
Yes, but 18 will be 100% done.
Yeah. Because see, if RCB win against LSG, LSG then can't get to 16 or 18. They can only get to, now see, even with LSG, they can only get to 16. So
Correct.
they are also on the brink of elimination now. Kolkata can get to 17, but they are facing only one cancellation game, that is against RCB.
That's not a cancellation because I think RCB would have sailed
Would have any
through.
problem.
So
Only PBKS, MIGT.
correct. They are the three.
They are the 3 who will totally jumble up the team. If DC win tomorrow against SRH, they will
It's
join
going
the
to be
main.
even more exciting.
Yes,
DC
then they will
will-
join in the main.
Delhi wins tomorrow, then they will automatically go into the top 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should ideally.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You'll
Yeah,
be in
yeah.
5th still.
No,
because
no,
your
no.
net run rate
Yeah,
will, is there. No?
fifth.
You'll remain.
You need
Because
to have a very big margin for
Yeah.
that.
It's a 1.274 with a huge difference.
you will have to win by about 70-80 runs in order to go into the top 4. So tomorrow, Sunrisers, if you win, if Delhi Capitals win, then 4 teams will be fighting for 2 spots. Essentially.
Tomorrow,
RCB
make or
and
break.
PBKS have built a gap. The other 2 spots will be fought with 4 teams.
Okay, we're going to get down to this game now. One question, the gut question is out of the way. So his gut is wrong. The other gut said Punjab 6th place Kings. That's done now.
Gone. Dispelled, finish, tata, bye-bye. Not happening anymore.
Finally.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious. I mean,
No matter how well they were doing, Siddharth had his questions. He still had his doubts for fair enough reasons as well.
Yeah.
That he kept saying, no, it will go to 6. They will go to 6. Finally, he has conceded on our show Match Point that 6th is not happening. They're finishing higher than 6th.
they are finishing at 6th.
And I, before the season even started, predicted them the winners of this season.
So you are getting excited as if they've won the IPL.
No.
So you should be saying this the day they win the IPL.
the day-
I was the one who said, if they won the IPL.
No, my only point over here is that Lucknow
Delhi Super Giants.
no, Punjab Kings.
Ah.
Punjab Kings, as of now, hasn't peaked. And I'll be very honest that they haven't really played the best cricket till now in the season. And despite that, they find themselves on the 2nd position of this points table. And they very silently have gone there till the 2nd position of their points table without being at the top of their game. And also they seem to be a very settled unit. Everything is doing well for them. See, there is just Mumbai, and according to me, Mumbai and Punjab, the 2 teams who look really settled today and who have peaked at the right time. That is RCB, Mumbai, and KKR. Punjab hasn't even peaked yet. So these 4 teams were well.
What will be their peak? Everyone is scoring run. Prab Simran, who's been most inconsistent, is scoring and they've not peaked. What else do they have to do?
I think
Batting until 9, I think the
Yeah,
most
batting is
deep
not
batting
really
that
Yeah, so
anyone
they
has
have
in
done
the
everything that is
IPL.
possible.
Yeah.
What else are they supposed to do?
that perfect game. Perfect game you look for. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes a couple of weeks after.
If Punjab had a voice, they would say, "Bachche ki jaan lega, we are doing everything," and you're saying you're still not peaked.
And now their biggest weak link is out of the tournament.
Ah,
Max free.
India got Mitch Owen now coming.
Who is
No,
in
but Stoinis
great
will
form,
be-
Mitch Owen.
Today he'll have an interview with her after the share of the match.
share of the match. Who's that? Prab Simran.
Prab Simran.
Obviously.
Ideally, it should be
He was
Arshdeep.
there. He was.
But see, your prediction, Punjab doing well, I have no surprise. Because if you have a captain who's half Rohit Sharma, half MS Dhoni, then how can that team not be doing well?
No.
That team has to be doing well.
just meant it.
So I am.
बात तो सही है.
Today in Prab Simran would.
बात तो सही है.
बात तो
Prab
सही है.
Simran's mother will also be getting curry chawal today.
Why his favorite?
No. He told in the previous game that in Himachal she's coming, so she'll get curry chawal because he was share of the match last time also, na.
So his favorite dish is that. Even I love
Rajma
curry
chawal, curry chawal.
chawal. Even I like curry.
Himachal boys will party tonight.
Who are the Himachal boys?
Himachal boys, there are two Himachal boys in their team.
Vaibhav Arora.
Yeah, Vaibhav Arora is from Himachal.
Himachal.
But he went from Punjab to Himachal. But he's anyways in KKR.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about Himachal guys in the IPL, right? Or in this team?
In this team, I don't.
No, I don't think there are any.
That's their catchment area. Just because
Yeah.
they're adopted home doesn't mean that they'll
I
be-
don't think there's anybody from Himachal.
No,
So then
not
you
in the
were-
Punjab
So
Kings.
what was your point about Himachal boys?
No, they'll party in Himachal.
So say that.
Yeah.
You're saying Himachal boys will. Boys in Himachal will.
Boys
party.
in Himachal.
Boys in Himachal, not Himachal boys. Boys in Himachal.
Okay. Got that. Understood that. Okay. Let's break it down and we'll start with Lucknow Super Giants before we get to the batting of Punjab. But even before we get to Lucknow Super Giants, let's talk about Arshdeep Singh. Yeah. Seldom do we talk about performances and which are with the ball. We always focus on top scorers, high run getters. But I think Arshdeep's performance today, I think he picked up 3 wickets
He did.
at an economy of less than 4. I don't think that there could have been a better bowling performance, or there has been a better bowling. I mean, I can think of a couple of Jasprit Bumrah spells which have been outstanding, where he's really ensured. Now, this is a ground which we had mentioned is a high-scoring ground, 200 plus runs, and even at mid-innings, you thought that 230 could have been chased. In fact, if you look at the collapse of Lucknow, they still reached 200, almost 200, right? So it tells you it's a high scoring ground, and on a ground like this, for an Arshdeep Singh to produce the figures that he has, incredible. He's finished with 3 wickets, an economy of 4, giving away just 16 runs on a pitch where there are certain bowlers that are going for 17 and overs, 16 in 3 overs. 12, 13 is a norm. That's how much you leak. And he comes up with those outstanding figures. I know this will not happen. Prabh Simran probably will be man of the match. But I would want you to seriously look at, because what he has done, because in Prabh Simran getting a 90 odd, you also have a Ayush Badoni who's done very well with the bat, despite his team losing, but which is telling you it was conducive to stroke making. On a pitch like that, Arshdeep doing that, I don't know.
really wish he's the man of the match, because he broke the Lucknow batting. Simple. What was the mantra? Get the top 3 of Lucknow, the game is sealed. He did that. Look at the way he got rid of Aiden Markram. I mean, the first over itself was an indication. Look at the swing he was getting. Look at the Yorker.
This much.
He was on song right from the get-go.
But he controlled the swing very nicely. I think that is much more important at a venue where it's swinging so much. I think the key comes down to how much are you swinging it and how good you're controlling it. And I think Arshdeep did that really nicely, because swing even Azmatullah Umarzai can do this same thing, because he swings the ball.
Umarzai bowled well
Yeah,
today.
he bowled well today. But I'm just telling you that how well Arshdeep actually controlled that swing, because Umarzai is an out and out swing bowler. He could have had the same numbers today. But then Arshdeep, that's what experience does.
Today, Omarzai, in more than a swing, he was hitting the deck also pretty hard. I mean, that one bouncer, I think it was to Samad, if I'm not mistaken.
Australia-Afghanistan game, Wankhede, it was Umarzai who took most of the wickets that night when Maxwell special game.
I mean,
because of the same amount of
I don't know why they didn't play him more often. They should have. The Australian Kings relied more on Australia. He should have.
Why he's not even counted as a batter in this lineup? He bats at 4 for Afghanistan.
But to be fair, that's the kind of batting that Stoinis was coming so low down the order today. Shashank has been in form, so the batting is incredible.
English also.
English today got a promotion. Poor guy was being sent at 6-7 sometime, and on a promotion, he's got you 30.
I think it was a good move by Shreyas Iyer here, because that obviously in the middle order you have Nehal Vadera, Shashank Singh, so you just need maybe one more guy, and if he has some more runs under his belt, then Punjab Kings have all the bases covered. Earlier it was Glenn Maxwell who wasn't really scoring any runs. Stoinis is acting great as a finisher. You have Marco Jansen. Azmatullah Omarzai is a middle order batter for Afghanistan there. He bats at number 5 or 6. So I think Punjab Kings have everything covered. But a question here, just digressing a little, the way Arshdeep Singh was swinging it, are we really seeing a new bowling partner for Jasprit Bumrah come the England tour?
No, I don't think they're considering him in Test. We're mixing format. If you remember, in our interview only, he had said a few months ago when we interviewed him, where he said that I asked him in particular about Test cricket, and he said yes, I want to play. And he also mentioned, if you remember in that interview, that Jasprit Bumrah, who was the captain at the time, had been speaking to him, and so the Indian team does have him in their plans. But right now with with
Siraj.
with Siraj, and I know that there's a lot of talk about Shami as well, not doing well in the IPL, but I think come the red ball, he'll be a different beast. See, that's where people are getting confused. Siraj, the T20 bowler, would always leak runs. He has a tendency to do that. But when the format increases, like ODI, he gets even better. And Test, I think he will be even more better with the skills that he has. And in England. So I don't think we should judge him basis on what's
there is the
happening in
emergence of Prasidh also now. The
Prasidh is doing well. Harshit was part of your squad in Australia. So I think the competition there is tough. I would like to see Arshdeep. I see no reason why he should not be considered. But there has been, there was also Akashdeep, who
he's going to be there for sure.
So
Harshit Rana.
Shardul will be a fast bowling all-rounder.
Harshit Rana without
No, I
Harshit
mentioned
Rana.
Harshit. So he was part.
Arshdeep did play county, right?
Yeah.
Was it after the interview or before the interview?
No, it was
before.
It was during Rahul Dravid's coaching tenure, 2023.
And he picked wickets also over there, if I'm not wrong.
And he has gone back to Ranji also and played
he played
well.
Ranji
because,
Trophy whole season.
Correct. Because that's what he mentioned, that he was in talk with the Indian team and they said that he should continue playing. So I think he was playing Ranji to be in form in red ball cricket so that if need be they'll go. But I think why they also not gambling with him, because in white ball cricket, especially T20, he is the number 2 bowler alongside Jasprit Bumrah, without doubt. And now that you play so much cricket, I think they're trying to compartmentalize the bowlers by saying, okay, I think Bumrah is the only exception where you want to have him in all format. Everyone else is saying, okay, if we can utilize him only in T20 and there isn't too much of a gap between the other bowlers that we get, whether it's Siraj or Prasidh or Shami, whatever, so we can do this. Though it's a bit unfair on Arshdeep, I agree, but I think because they have a few bowlers that are doing it, if you have another disastrous store, then I think he comes back in. But just on that,
enough. Again, we are waiting for another disaster.
But in that sense, see, I guess what do you do with the BJTs? Shami was not available. What do you do? Bumrah will be there. Shami was not available at that time. He was injured. He'll come back. No, but Harshit Rana also, to be fair, in the limited opportunities he got, he did decently well. Prasidh Krishna in the final test did very well and is in good form.
The debate to begin with was that Arshdeep should have been there on that tour ahead of Harshit.
No, that started when nobody else other than Bumrah was doing well. But can I be honest? I know that a lot of people criticize Siraj, but I think he was the workhorse in that.
He was the second best bowler.
And he was the workhorse. So that cost him a place in the Champions Trophy, but I think again we're mixing formats, and now that he's showing form again, he will be there. So because you have 3, 4, 5 bowlers there, I guess it gets tougher for Arshdeep. Anyway, I'm just getting back to the match, and since we're talking about Arshdeep and the swing that he was getting, I wonder whether this will be the ground going forward where most teams would want to bat first, because unlike most other parts of the India, where dew and all is an issue, but in terms of your swing movement, the later it gets in the night, the cooler it gets, it will really assist fast bowling. So if you have a good fast bowling lineup, you would not really mind bowling second half, because you could have problems with the dew later, but with the new ball you can actually finish off the game. If you pick up 3, 4 up front like they did with Lucknow today, and we all knew Lucknow's top 2, 3 were where the game was. If you pick up those wickets, you can finish off the opposition, and you may not get that kind of a swing to start with, but by the time you're playing the night game.
Are all the games in Dharamshala day night, or one is a day game? Because
one is a day game.
One is a day game. I think there the dynamics will change. I think you will want to chase. Because I think the pitch will become easier than at that time. But yeah, in the night games, you might definitely want to bat first then. I think that is the way going forward.
Because today was banana swing. It was. Again, maybe it was the craft of an Arshdeep, but then Omar Zai was also, I know he's also a good swing bowler, but it was getting increasingly tough to bat against the moving
Which
ball.
game is that?
Mumbai one.
Mumbai. Okay. So yeah.
So in fact, that will be fun because Mumbai also enjoy good batting conditions. Mumbai also have a fantastic swing bowling attack. So
and they like to chase.
so that will be a good game. That will really be a good game. Okay, let's get to Lucknow. What has happened to them? Should we talk about the elephant in the room, Rishabh Pant? Or?
I think we have discussed enough about him, but
you know,
I would like to bring one point that Siddharth had, I think, said in the mid match, na, that this is the pitch wherein Rishabh Pant can get into form. It is the most flattest track that we have seen in IPL 2025 so far, and look at what has happened.
Another one-handed shot.
Yeah, and caught.
I don't think his issue is with the flat thing or the pitch is really troubling him. Yeah, at the moment he can't buy a run.
Is it all here? That's the point.
Possibly, because it's not been a situation with him where, you know, conditions have been so tough that he cannot get runs. He's batted on flatter tracks through this IPL. On a pitch where everyone else seems to be getting run, there also runs don't come. So, whether he's taken the captaincy burden, and by the way, today when you saw him fielding, he did cut a sorry figure. He seemed frustrated on a lot of occasions. I remember, I think a couple of occasions he even lost his cool. And say whatever you want, it clearly does have an impact when you're going out to bat as well. And he's been very good as a captain in terms of being a tactical captain and smart. But because of the pressure of the IPL, maybe because how his team has been, you know, in and out. See, either you be as comfortable as Rajasthan and Chennai, no tension because you're already out. Then you can play freely as a captain. Or you know, cruise like RCB. Even then, no tension. It's when you're in the middle, you have a chance, you're going out, you're frustrated because you might miss out. The pressure of captaincy adds on. And I can't see any other explanation. Okay, what could be an issue is supposing, and it's happened in the past where people have questioned Rishabh Pant's strike rate, for example, that he is not batting at the strike rate that's needed. That can happen. And that is something that he is not willing to change or whatever. But Rishabh Pant, unable to get any runs, you know, barring that one knock, I think, in the entire season.
Against CSK.
Just
That
not being able
also
to get any run, it's not even unlucky, nothing. It has to have something to do with mental things because he can't forget batting.
There
right?
are two
He's
things
just
here.
At an all-time low. I think he's never been in this bad a form. Before COVID, I remember when he was dropped and all of that from the Indian team. Then he came back again in Australia. But there also, it wasn't this terrible. And I think at this point, every player has such a phase in their career, whoever go on and play for India for so many years. And I think it's okay. It's pretty much okay. I think I gave that comparison that day also. Nowhere near is Virat Kohli as compared to stature and runs to Virat Kohli. But Virat Kohli at a very similar age, if I'm not wrong, had that very lean patch in England. Lots of great players.
Never in IPL, yeah.
Never in IPL.
That was a different thing.
I think at this point.
And that was test cricket.
No,
It's not
Rishabh Pant, does he give you confidence that in any format he can score runs at this point? I don't think so.
So that's
Even
what I'm saying. So
cricket,
then it's not like Virat.
It's just,
Virat never reached that level where he had an
so bad,
IPL
yeah.
like that.
But I think it's just a very bad phase for him, and he will be coming out of it like all players do eventually. And it's just that nothing.
No,
else.
but you know, you said this happens to every player, which I agree. But you know, to say it's not a problem is not really reflecting the true picture. I'll tell you why. I understand that, okay, you get out of form, you get back into form. That's fine. So it's part of the cycle. But imagine the timing of it and think of it from Rishabh Pant's point of view. If you're not part of a World Cup team, which he was, a World Cup winning team, I think it's going to be a massive blow for Rishabh Pant and his aspirations to be, let's say, a future captain or whatever, right? For that, you have to be a regular. And after this IPL, there is no other IPL till you play the next T20 World Cup. You know that your T20 World Cup would be made out of the players that do well here, at least the core of it. If you don't make the core of whatever 16, 17, 18 players that you may come up with now, then it's going to be very difficult in 8 months, 9 months time to break through inside that core unless the two wicket keepers that are picked, from which he is far away, have a disastrous time, which again is an unlikely scenario considering you'll be playing in home conditions. And even if there was somebody out of form, you will have a backup. So I don't see, for him it couldn't have come at a worse time, because as things stand right now, truth be told, he doesn't forget about the 11, he doesn't get picked in the squad.
But who's your second wicket keeper?
Why? There is a Sanju Samson, they will be...
Sanju Samson is the number one keeper.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And KL Rahul.
KL Rahul is a contender.
Rahul, would you go back to KL Rahul?
You've gone back to many players in the past.
I'm just saying, you've just won the Champions Trophy where he was your wicket keeper and batter.
Yeah.
You
And
just won it.
Again,
You think you will be able to ignore it? I don't think so.
we started off with 7
and at
wicket
the
keepers.
moment, no.
Rahul, you cannot bat him any lower than 4. So when it comes to the second wicket keeper, you don't have any option. That's the whole problem.
Again.
you'll need a second wicket keeper to come down.
Who said you cannot bat him? In ODI cricket, he's batting at number 6. Yeah.
Yeah, but T20 cricket.
He's batted lower down the order in T20 initially. There was a
season.
time in New Zealand or wherever I think he was batting at number 5.
Yeah.
Where he was pushed. And again with KL, we know, I don't know whether he himself puts his hand up or the Indian team finds a slot for him. They find him anyhow to get him into the 11.
Or no, he can
early on
even
in his
open though if
T20
Sanju
career.
opens. If Sanju's opening, he's this.
He won't see this wicket keeping conundrum began with 7 guys. Okay, when you look at the T20 World Cups build up and all of that.
And they're all racing to finish last. Like they're trying. Who tries to finish?
Sanju, Dhruv, KL, Jitesh, and
Ishan Kishan.
Ishan Kishan.
But now
5,
there's another man.
Simran.
Prabh Simran.
Not even keeping consistently for
Yeah.
Punjab
But
Kings.
still
na?
he can
and
keep-
these are the things that will be
Okay.
noticed.
No, nobody will notice. If he can keep, that's more than enough.
He is a top order batter. You have
Yeah,
a
so Sanju
plenty
also top order batter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have a plenty top order
You
batters.
want a backup
there is going to be
wicket keeper,
Shubman
na?
Gill, Jaiswal, Abhishek Sharma,
No,
Sanju
but I'm
Samson.
saying-
How many more top order batters you want?
No. But he's
Backup.
saying if Sanju is number 1,
Yeah.
you only go to number 2 when you're replacing him. So if Sanju is your opener, your replacement will be an opener only.
Yeah.
Either he'll sit out. Only one plays, no?
Are you having a replacement for Sanju? Or are
Sanju.
you having a replacement top order batter?
No.
Sanju.
Backup
Your
wicket
backup
keeper.
wicket keeper.
Sanju. He will be a backup.
If
for
your Sanju is your opener, then your backup wicket keeper will also be if it's an opener, how does it
doesn't
matter?
have to be necessary.
It's not necessary, but I'm saying, you're saying because there's no slot, Sanju is also opening, na?
See, there
The
is-
only way Prabh Simran comes in is if Sanju goes out.
There is a reason why KL Rahul is batting at number 4 or 5 for Delhi Capitals. And the reason is simple, that he cannot find a place in the top order of the Indian T20 11. And that's why he's doing it. That's the reason. Or
no.
what else could be the reason?
Because Delhi Capitals wants to have their different opening
want
thing.
stability
If
in
you
the middle.
if you ask KL, he may want to bat. My point is, it is a possibility if your second wicket keeper, let's say your number 1 wicket keeper is an opener. If let's say if Sanju plays, where you want to bat him? I open or whatever, 3
number
or whatever
three
or
at
whatever.
max.
So say like he plays. Only time you'll need a second wicket keeper is when he's failed. So obviously he goes out, then whoever is the wicket keeper, whether it's KL or Prabh Simran or whatever, is a natural replacement.
Then who do you think, according to you, is going to
You
be
have
there?
got a
Prabh Simran
major
or KL
problem.
Rahul.
You've got a
And if
major
Prabh Simran
problem.
has how many T20s India playing till then?
See, you're playing 3 versus Bangladesh in August.
5 versus Australia.
5 versus Australia. You're playing 3
About 20, 15,
You're
20.
playing 5 versus South
20
Africa.
T20, and Prabh Simran won't get an opportunity.
Yeah, but just on the basis of one IPL, how do you bring him in?
You don't have anybody else. That's
No,
why.
I'll tell you why. I think the one player that we're being unfair to is Jurel. I know why he's getting a lot of hate because RR is not doing well, right? But as far as I know, Jurel's number this IPL aren't bad.
Yeah, just about 30
So
with the-
RR is losing because of 100
But Jurel
other
has
reasons.
been he's not finished game even once.
Yeah, but I'm saying just take out his numbers. Now he's averaging, what is he averaging this season?
31.
31 at a strike rate of 146.
I'm
His
saying-
numbers are not bad. Yes, there are few games where not. Right now, what are you choosing between? You have to choose between a RISHABH who's got no runs at all. So you will have to look at, or the other option is KL, which you think, okay, they may not go with him because for whatever reason. Then you will have to look at somebody. By the way, let's not also forget, just one IPL cannot change a lot of things. Jurel was also part of your test squad. He has played a test match. He was on occasion been your backup wicket keeper as well. Suddenly, see, unless he had a disastrous season where he could not get bat to ball like Rishabh Pant, then I agree. But to be fair to him, he's had team has not won, so he's got some bruises. That those 9 runs not being able to chase twice has made matters worse for him. But if you look at his personal record as such, he's got you runs at a decent strike rate. And I know that it's not an ideal scenario, but you're having to choose between a bunch of non-performers. And in all of that, I think he's still has done much better than a lot. And he's been, see, sometimes you also have to think of who has been in the scheme of things of your Indian team. If you're a selector, let's say, you can't be just picking and dropping players. Okay, one IPL has happened now, 3 of you go out. next 6 of you come in. You can't. So you make a pool. You stick with those players. You give them chances. You've got them in the India pool. You go and then you give them. So one bad IPL season does not cause it. You keep up with them. Yes, they have an extended bad run for some time. Then you say, okay, maybe now we hurried with this wicketkeeper. Let's go. So I think Jurel had reached that stage in terms of being a person who was being looked at as an India player, whether it was test cricket, white ball cricket. And if he's got runs, I don't think you'll ignore him. I'm saying there's a possibility he doesn't go and alongside Sanju or KL goes. Who knows? There's a possibility. But I think Prabh Simran after one IPL, I liked what he did. But suddenly you bring him, then you might as well just every IPL, whoever does well comes in, then you drop. You don't do it with your established players.
It won't be because of that. He might just end up in the team, might just end up getting an opportunity, and if he does well there, then
see, you know what this Indian wicket-keeping conundrum is doing for you at this point in time? It is the modern version of the wacky races. Somebody is wanting to be Dick Dastardly in that sense. Who will spoil each other's chances? You're looking at Sanju, who's not performed well. He's down with injury. Okay? But for India, he's done well. Okay? The backup keeper, who has been held in high esteem, and how on earth are they going to get your backup for keeping and batting?
See, just a reminder for people who don't remember, Saransh has pulled that out. The last time you played a T20 series, Sanju was your number 1 keeper and Jurel was number 2. See, that's what I'm saying. So you when you look at that, you have to have some sort of continuation.
No,
how do I suddenly just keep picking anyone and dropping anyone, picking anyone, dropping one? As I said, unless the guy has had a terrible season. And I don't think by that standard, Jurel with the bat has had a terrible season.
But
it's team doing that badly, which has made it look even worse.
But the logic at that point was given that because it's the Champions Trophy, plus you had played the BGT just before that, all the test specialists and who had to go for the
So who would have come? Either a KL or a Pant. But now with the form that Pant is showing, he cannot come. So you'll obviously, then that is telling you now who you need to go to.
You're saying the next in line was anyways Jurel.
Correct.
Who is in the race ahead? It's KL at this point in time on the sheer basis of numbers. KL, Jurel, Prabh Simran, but he's not been keeping.
That won't matter, I'm telling you.
Again, but then you have to
if
go
you're saying
with...
keeping is an issue, that's not going to be one.
See, KL has been keeping.
Yeah, that's okay. But keeping, if he's keeping or he's not keeping, that's never going to change.
Out of all the names that I have mentioned, everybody is keeping. I don't think even Ishan Kishan is keeping full time. No. He isn't.
Heinrich Klaassen.
Okay.
Even if he was keeping it, find it tough.
He can't buy a run. Even Ishan Kishan is in the same space. He started off like a gale force wind, but now it just reduced to a non-breeze.
He didn't even start just one inning.
So that's start only, na?
Started 3-4 games now and you're seeing 11 games.
Come on, you're nitpicking.
Again, see, as I said, it's the wacky races between the Indian wicket keepers. You don't know which guy will slip up, who will play the villain to the other, you don't know. Okay? That is the problem that you are going to face after this IPL. You're playing 3 versus Bangladesh, 5 versus Australia, 5 versus South Africa before the T20 World Cup.
So, if you are picking 2, who are you picking?
On current form, Sanju and KL Rahul.
See, the only...
just one more question. Sanju has hardly played this IPL. Then what do you do?
Looking at the continuity that he's been having.
Okay. And his injury will be okay by the next T20 series.
You don't play until August.
As soon as IPL is over, it will be over.
You don't play a T20 series until August. So if his side strain is so bad that he's going to hip reconstruction, then forget about Sanju.
No, I think it's improved because now he's with the team also, so slightly better.
The only reason why India will pick a backup keeper who can bat at the top of the order is when you're sure of the finishers that you want to have. So the current finishers in the Indian T20 team are Hardik Pandya, there is Rinku Singh, Akshar Patel predominantly bats in the top order. Rinku hasn't inspired any confidence consistently for KKR so far, and even in the previous matches that he played for India.
But that's the thing, no? How do you drop them? I see if you've given them.
Drop them.
Yeah.
But then
you have to stick with your players.
Why is it only necessary to have a top order, a keeper who bats in the top of the order?
I'm not saying necessary, but I'm saying
you don't need to have a like-for-like replacement, na?
I never said it's not necessary, but it also cannot be a deterrent. Yeah, I have never said that your wicketkeeper has to be a top order batter. I've never said that. But you cannot also make that as an excuse ki there are so many top order batters, so I will not take a top order batter as a wicketkeeper. There is no rule.
No, but that is not an excuse. That is about having a balanced lineup. If you are having 4 top order batters, then why would you want to include a 5th?
So then don't even take Sanju Samson. Will you not take him?
Sanju Samson has to be
So
your
then you're not
designated number one.
So Baba, am I saying that Sanju, let's say it's Prabsimran. So has Prabsimran need to play with Sanju?
No.
So then, so what is the harm if your backup is whether he's a top order, lower order, wherever? How does that matter? You are anyway taking a Sanju as a top order.
I would rather take someone who would do a job at a particular position he specializes in.
For that you need to
Prabsimran
play them
specializes
together,
at top
no?
of the order,
But
na?
that part is already stacked.
Arey bhai, he only comes in when Sanju goes out. What is tough to understand?
It's stacked
get
with
it.
You
old
see, I'll just
Sanju,
tell you.
na?
If you were making a 11, see you're confusing. If you're making an 11, what your thought process is, then I think that when I'm making my team, I need to have finishers, I need to have top order, I need to have that, right? You're talking about backups. You're not saying, that's what I'm saying, in a given day, the problem between a top order and a finisher only comes when on a given day, both wicketkeeper are playing together.
Correct.
Then it gets, but it's never going to happen. Only one will play.
It will never happen.
So if it is never going to happen,
got it,
then whether he is a middle order batter, I'm not saying don't take a middle order batter. Take anybody you
It
want.
just can't be a deterrent. That's
It
the point you
neither
said.
can
Yeah.
be. Whether he's batting on top or bottom, neither can be a deterrent.
My
You
only
pick
point
your.
was it's already stacked, then why would you
No, no, but my
Arey,
point
that's
is,
because they're not playing together.
You can't play them together. That's why
They're
I
not
chose
playing them
KL.
together, no.
They cannot play
Because if
together.
then-
Sanju
yes.
gets...
So if Sanju goes out, obviously you'll need a top
and
order
also if
batter.
Sanju
Then
from
he
the
just
top
comes
of
in.
the order comes out, if you're not playing Sanju, you're saying in backups there are already people who can open and are ahead of a Prabsimran. You'll still need a wicket keeper, so it's better straight away Prabsimran comes in, na?
That's why I said KL.
Batting position doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Take him wherever.
But the answer then the question answer to the question that you asked. So for me too would be Sanju Samson has to be the number one. He can bat at opening position or he can bat at number 3 also. And
He can, by the way, bat lower down the order.
Yeah,
so
number 5 also, yeah.
he was told by Rahul Dravid, prepare yourself to bat lower down the order.
And
He was preparing.
Where?
For India team.
But where was he preparing?
Was it Rahul Dravid or was it Ravi?
Rahul Dravid.
Dravid.
second option for me.
He could have
would
played the
be
final. Do you know?
Which final?
T20 World Cup final.
World Cup.
Sanju.
He was
yeah.
informed by Rohit Sharma that be ready, you might just
And
play.
he just
Yeah.
luck, he didn't get a chance.
That was because what had happened? I forgot for a minute.
No, there was no injury.
Nothing. They were just trying. They were almost on the verge of going. Then they thought, no, okay, let's
In
stick to
place
this.
of whom?
Rishabh.
Oh.
They would have done that, but then they were like, you know, like it used to happen with Prithvi. Like,
You take him on the ground, drop
na,
him.
wo, chalo yaar, let's play. So last moment they decided Sanju starts, and then last moment said no, let's not final, let's not do too much experimentation, stick with our team. So he came very close, this close.
I
So
think
Sanju and
currently Sanju number 1 and KL Rahul.
+1 to me. Okay.
It's such a race where everybody is trying to lose. It's so hard. I've come to a point where I'm thinking maybe Jitesh could also make it for me. But Sanju stays number 1 for me as well. With him,
Sanju must be happy, despite, because we are looking at IPL performances so closely, despite
not
not playing, he maintains the number 1 position.
the situation of wicket keepers in India is very bad.
And remember, we were saying it's a headache at the
Yeah.
start of the IPL.
we did a dugout. We did a dugout.
No,
Not
there
sweet
is
anymore.
Good headache and all. There's never a good headache.
We did a dugout, took out everybody's numbers, who's ahead, who is back. Now nobody is ahead.
Nobody is ahead.
But
as I said,
Also,
backy
we'll have to
races.
take out numbers.
For me, the second,
Prabsimran.
ideally yes, for me second will be Prabsimran, and the only thing, it's a very tough thing for me to say this because he's not even made his India debut, and as of now he was not even close to it. But the only thing is that everybody else is doing so bad that whoever is doing well, I have to pick him. I have reasons for everybody not going. Dhruv Jurel, he's not able to finish the matches, and if he's not able to do that, his position demands doing that. And if he cannot do that at his position, I would not want to bank on Dhruv Jurel. I'd go with some other finisher then. And KL Rahul, again, I still have my doubts, to be very honest. So personally, I would not have him. And I think going back in T20 cricket isn't the right way to go about T20 cricket. India, after such a long time, has finally been ahead of the curve. So no point going back. Jitesh Sharma again started off well, hasn't really done well. If he would have had a couple of good knocks here and there, he would have been way ahead in that race. But Prabsimran, he's firing. Sanju opens, like for like replacement. Straight away comes in for Sanju. Sanju straight away comes in for him.
My 2 wicket keepers are going to be Sanju Samson and Dhruv Jurel. I'll tell you why. You can't have different standards for different people. So for Sanju, for example, he has that he was consistent. He was the one who was stuck with the team despite not playing in the IPL. If you've stuck with him, then I think Dhruv Jurel not being able to finish few games should not be going against him. Because if that was the scenario, then Sanju not playing IPL also should be out. So if you're extending that courtesy to Sanju Samson, I think it's only natural and fair you extend the same courtesy. And by the way, by that standard, Jurel has had a better IPL than Sanju. Overall, his IPL has been better. The fact that it's like saying that you didn't finish off a game, it's like saying Riyan Parag didn't make his team win today, but at least he got the 95. Now, everyone else didn't do. So amongst all the disastrous performance of Rajasthan Royals, Dhruv Jurel is still one of their highest run getters at a very good strike rates. And compared to all other wicket keepers that I'm talking about, he's had, and these are the ones who are in the Indian scheme of things. I think if you look at KL, then the argument for KL is also that a lot of people feel that he's not being able to be at his peak. There have been some games he's done well where he's got runs, but in some games his strike rate has also come under scrutiny. So his average remains fantastic. His strike rate also looks good, but some games strike rate is 110, while some games it's 160. So that inconsistency, that was an issue with KL earlier, it still exists. So in all of this, I am not going to just look at an IPL to pick a team, to drop a team. If you were to do that, then you would have to make many more changes in the setup. So there has to be a consistency. Not saying that whatever was picked in England has to be stuck with. You can change, but like for example a Rishabh Pant, he only goes out because he's had such a awful season with the bat. Then it will be tough really to pick him right now. So if that is not the case, and I think clearly with Jurel that's not the case, and if he was your wicketkeeper batter in the last series before the IPL and he's gotten runs this time, more than in fact Sanju Samson as well, and being injured doesn't cover up on that, so he and Sanju would be my
only point to this is that I personally persisted with Sanju Samson not because he's been playing earlier for the Indian team and he's not played the IPL because of that. It's just that because nobody else is doing well, so that is just worked in favor of Sanju Samson.
Yeah, but
that's
then
why he still stays there. But with Dhruv Jurel, why I'm so persistent about the fact that he's not finished games, because for Rajasthan Royals he's gotten a lot more opportunity to bat versus how much he'll get for the Indian team. Here the Rajasthan Royals middle order, top order is absolutely out of form. That's why he's getting to bat a lot more, Dhruv Jurel, and also he's been promoted. When he comes in the Indian team, it's going to be just for that 10-20 balls, and he's not able to finish games on those occasions, and his role will primarily be to finish games if he's playing. So if he's not able to do that now, that is why I don't get that confidence from him, because these runs are showing very good. He's gotten runs, he's one of the highest run scorers, but he has batted at 5 on many occasions, but he still hasn't been finished. So runs are there because he has batted so much more for India. Firstly, the batters top of the order won't be so miserably out of form, and then whenever he gets an opportunity, that will be 10, 15, at times 1 over, 2 overs, just that much.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You can't have double standards. No, what you're doing is double standard. You're extending a courtesy to Sanju Samson.
But that's because nobody else, if we would have had an Ishan Kishan, Rishabh Pant firing, yeah, I would have had Ishan Kishan, Rishabh Pant ahead of a Sanju as well.
No, but that can't really work in your favor. No, that's my point. You have not done well. So why should we extend? See, you have to have one formula, whichever one it is. I can't be like, for you white shirt is okay, but for you white is not. Either you say whoever is doing well, then by that logic, I'm sorry to say, then KL Rahul should go. Yeah. But you didn't pick him, right? So you had a different standard there. You can't do that, no? And then for Jurel, you have a different standard. Then go purely, like you said, nobody else is firing, but KL is. KL has fantastic numbers, so pick him. He's your first choice.
No, but with Sanju, it's not been that Sanju has done well in the limited amount of games.
But I can't. But I cannot take that. No, if you're injury, so that way then the best thing would be to stay injured out of all IPL tournaments, and then you come back and play every tournament. See, all of that is part of sport, right? You're considered basis on your form is. If a bowler misses out half of the IPL, sometimes he doesn't get picked because he's not seen, and some others do it, they get picked. So then I'm sorry, but that's the nature. So you have to have one formula, and then you have to be consistent. You cannot, but what that shows is there's a personal bias that for him I will follow a different rule. For him I have issues. By the way, if we're talking about finishing, I've said many times, finishing you will fail more often than you will succeed.
Yeah.
So then by that logic, if Jurel is in it, I think Rinku should also be out of the team. Then you should remove Shivam Dube also, who's not been able to do this season. Then your T20 team should not have a Rinku Singh, should not have a Shivam Dube, should not then have a Dhruv Jurel. Then you need to start finding finishers. So your new T20 team, by your logic, should have a Shashank Singh, because he has done well. Ashutosh also started off well, has not done very well.
He's not done well.
So you find some of those guys, you make a T20 team based on that, because none of them guys have done. So your team will be made like this if I follow your logic. That's why I don't want to follow that. And I hope the selectors are not swayed by just what happens in a few IPL games. They follow what has happened all throughout. And if you picked a certain player, stick with him. As I said, only time you drop, this is something that Jadeja, which I like. You should be a person who should be looking to select and not drop. Like, don't be a person who's only thinking of kisko drop karo. It should be more kisko pick karo. So if you've stuck with a few players, you keep that core alive, keep taking. Like if we start judging everything like that, then probably Surya Kumar Yadav, if supposing didn't have this season, then many will say don't have him in the team. I don't think that would have been right as well. Hardik Pandya to begin with didn't have a great time. Assuming he didn't have a great season after that, would we have not got Hardik Pandya into the team? He's also a finisher, right? So by your logic, then Hardik should not make it because he's not been able to finish games. Then maybe we'll start looking for another finisher.
With all these players, they come with a reputation. You can't let go of one IPL, but where the race is only...
What reputation that Shivam Dube and Rinku Singh come with?
No, Rinku Singh...
So remove them. Remove them. He comes with the same reputation as Dhruv Jurel, no? He got 14 crore and Rinku Singh also got retained. Same level in terms of how they are known. In fact, Jurel has played test match cricket for India. Rinku hasn't. So then drop them also. Let's have a new bunch of... By that, I'm just saying, keep the same logic and get a new finishers. Get 5 new finishers. Shashank should be top of the list. Why Shashank? He's got runs.
Shashank has been
5 matches. He's got runs. I'm sure there must be few more.
What about Ayush Badoni?
Tim David.
Badoni, yaar. By this logic, Badoni should today. Amazing, he played. I think Badoni should also be there. He can be a.
Why not Krunal?
Krunal can come back.
Place of Aksar.
Krunal can come back. Then
There are people.
Then you can remove.
You got Abdul Samad.
This is which
Finisher.
list is this?
Most run scorers.
Riyan Parag is 11th on that list.
Yes.
He got how many today?
95.
95. Sorry.
Then he'll come straight up.
He's not had that bad a season then.
See, the 195 changes.
But again, lots of players in that are similar. Because they're of similar reasons.
See, Abhishek Sharma, you remove the 141. Look at the season he's had. We can't remove knocks. They have been played.
Exactly, that's why I'm saying that Riyan Parag, you're unnecessarily criticizing him.
Who criticized? We all praised.
Everybody criticized.
Siddharth said he said 4 sixes. He's hit
but
them.
T20 team he should be there because he was there.
But he was
earlier
there.
also.
No, he's not been there for a very long time. I'm talking about the last T20.
No, he was
team,
injured.
sir.
That's
Yeah,
why.
Also, but if you're injured for 1 year, then you move on,
But
na?
then he has come and scored runs, na 11th.
So 11. So if there are 10 other guys ahead of him,
Overseas also, na.
so
Okay,
so what?
there is only 1 or 2 overseas. There are
Then
9 other
you
Indians.
drop Abhishek and bring in Sai Sudarshan. Then you'll have to do that basis on
You get in the Jaiswal. Will you do that?
Jaiswal will be there in the
Jaiswal
T20
is
team.
in the T20 team.
Shubman Gill. What about Shubman
Gill
Gill?
also should be there.
Should be, but is he there?
No, he will be there.
Look at Gill's strike rate 162.
And 52 average.
Anger also.
160 strike rate he's playing at.
With anger,
Yes. And
captaincy and
he is handling captaincy and consistency quite well
Yes,
this
a
season.
year. Again, he started to score runs. I like he has that knack of scoring runs. You know, not too. It's not like it's never been like it's good that Shreyas Iyer. It's never been like he's been out of form for a very long time. Just a couple of games he has bads and then he comes back, scores some runs. He stays. He knows how to score runs. That's something that I really like. He's very street smart sort of a player. He knows how to score runs. He keeps on scoring.
but his biggest quality is captaincy.
Yeah, captaincy. I told you.
बात तो सही है.
Nehal Vadera looks like a different player altogether this season. He's shown glimpses earlier for Mumbai Indians, but this time I think he's really
But I think
showing.
even for Mumbai Indians, he was damn good. Nehal
Yeah, he was
Vadera.
damn good.
Because you know, I think it was against the Punjab Kings only where he showed his skill, right? And also his RCB, he showed. I think he was the one who hit that 50 opening game. Mumbai Indians was RCB at Chinnaswamy. I think it was Nehal Vadera at that point. So yeah,
Simran should be very high in terms of run getters this season.
he is. I think he's in 10th position.
Can you just see it?
Yeah. So I think we
He's had
can.
a consistent season.
Yep.
But the ball is flying off his bat.
If
Which
Priyansh
bat?
Doesn't get you
Which
Prabal.
bat is it?
The one that makes a sweet sound.
That all the bats make. Wait, who's making it for them?
Let's find out. See, earlier the sweet sound we could hear only once in a season.
Once in a season.
That sweet sound that his bat would make. Now, this season, consistently the sweet sound can be heard.
Where is Prabsimran on this list?
He was also Yuvraj Singh's trainee.
Yeah.
7th. Thala for a reason.
He is also training under Yuvraj Singh.
During COVID, all these boys from Punjab.
No,
were there.
Shubman and Abhishek were there.
No, Anmol Preet, Prabsimran were also there.
Wow, what happened to Anmol Preet?
He plays now. No, he had a very good season, red ball. Yeah. Decent this season. Does not play too much in white ball.
But Nehal Vadera,
Didn't go to
definite India
UV
player.
Pa. He's also from Mumbai.
Future India player, at least in 2 formats.
But he hasn't gone to Yuvraj Singh.
He's not running a NCA, na, Yuvraj. He does it out of his
During
own
COVID,
love.
all of them were staying there.
He was.
How will he devote his time? Playing golf or teaching these youngsters?
These youngsters, so his mother told na, that they're petrified of him. All these youngsters.
That's why they are performing. You need to be a bit petrified.
Taskmaster.
You have to be. Because he himself.
Yeah, father also.
So then, he is following the same.
Yograj really was training him like a hard taskmaster when he was also.
No, but in his book, Yuvraj writes that that's what has turned him around. All top sports people over the years had hard taskmaster. The Williams sisters, their father was a hard taskmaster. Andre Agassi's book, if you've read.
Yes, his father
was
Michael.
Real hard taskmaster. He used to dislike.
The biggest example last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ask the domestic players. Ashutosh.
Ashutosh, Swapnil.
Ask
all of
them. They all know.
Exactly. So,
You have to be. Okay, let's dive into. By the way, today Puran dropped.
Puran dropped
Simran, na?
on 21.
Early on.
Earlier Puran was taking them. Now the runs are not coming. Dropped also the catch. Who knows?
So what can he do all alone? He's speaking such good Hindi, singing Bollywood songs. No, he's scoring runs also.
Loves Indian food.
Loves Indian
Dal
food.
Makhani.
That he loves.
Then you want him to score runs.
That's why I know he's Nicholas Puran Singh. You can call him Nicholas Puran Singh. Exactly. Wow.
Avesh's mom was crying one day after some game, so he took the video call. Auntie,
RR LSG.
आंटी आप मत रो, बहुत खुश है लड़का आपका. Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We have that reel.
Avesh's mom.
Okay, Mehraj Rules from Canada says, as per my algorithm, beauty versus beard finals. Again, he says that.
Yeah.
Beauty is PBKS.
Beard is...
KKR he said na last time.
No. He didn't say KKR. Beard.
Yeah.
Beauty versus Beard. RCB? Patidar?
No, can't be beard.
Sir, answer.
It has to be RCB, MI.
MI. And Beard?
He figured it out last time, na? That's why I'm asking him.
Beard was Virat Kohli.
RCB.
RCB PBKS.
Yes.
That's what Mehraj
See,
is.
one thing is guaranteed, you'll have a
1 and
first
2.
time winner.
No, winning PBKS winning the title.
You are having a first time winner versus an RCB PBKS final.
Of course.
Because they are the two teams along with Delhi Capitals who haven't won.
Who are not even going now, looks like. But they can even get to 18, by the way.
They can.
Can.
It all has to once again reboot for them with that SRH match.
Such a shame that after winning 4
Out of 5.
5 first games that you played, you are at this position after 11. It's
As I said,
a shame.
the Delhi Capitals slump, they never ever failed
Half
to
the
deliver.
job was done once you played 1/3 of the season, and today, after 11 games, you're almost.
Don't worry, even if you huffing and puffing go to the qualifiers or the
Mumbai will be
eliminator.
waiting at number 3
pray that you face Sunrisers Hyderabad, because that's the only team you won playoffs against. You haven't won against any other team. So, Mirage Rules from Canada is also saying LSG even with 2 impact subs couldn't win.
Mitchell Marsh and
I don't know. Yeah.
What does he mean by that?
Pant, impact player. X
X-Factor.
Pant,
Yeah.
18 or 17.
Could
Terrible.
be.
Mohit, the kind of performance Pant is doing this season, even 27k
Is more. He's saying forget 27 crore, 27,000 is also more. Great test batsman. Sorry, but I had to tell he's not the
Poor
best
T20
of the
batter.
T20, which is a fair point. Fair point, Mohit. He was not always this average in T20 cricket. He's seen greater success than what he has got this. This is surely his worst IPL season, without doubt, has been. He's had some very good IPL seasons too. Let's not forget he was part of the World Cup winning T20 World Cup team. So, yeah, but right now I think where he is, he does not find a spot in the squad also, let alone the 11.
Yeah.
Dhanush says that took DC playoffs after 7 years, won IPL, KKR 10 years, and will take PBKS to playoffs after 11 years. Only third in IPL history. All credit will be stolen by somebody else. But he is talking about Shreyas.
Yeah.
So how can somebody take credit now? He's not even part of the IPL.
Now
So
nobody can take credit, finally.
why? Ricky Ponting?
No.
Another RP?
Why not?
He won't.
No, but he has praised Shreyas Iyer.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
Shreyas is more
he's a
mature
very-
now.
And
No,
a very-
that he has already said. Rohit and...
Ponting.
he will.
Does Ponting know about this comparison?
No, I'm very honest. Captaincy wise, I think he's a very, very acute cap. His reading of the game is very good. The angles that he sets, the calls that he takes, I think are very smart. Today also he promoted English ahead of himself.
And that's to make sure that you have other options ready, assuming there is a top order collapse. You would want, more batters in form.
No.
Josh Inglis.
But that
he
too can happen every time a wicket falls
See,
up top
Josh
early.
Inglis, he did not really had any utility innings before this 30 odd, and I think it made sense to have him at number 3.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. He makes sense.
Yeah.
Calls like this.
Thakur is saying, he's reminding us about when Pant said, luckily Punjab didn't. This now twice this season.
Yes.
They've lost
They are lost.
to Punjab. Actually, that's really come back to bite him, that comment. Shouldn't have said it. Comes back to bite him. Obviously, the fans wouldn't take it well. I know the sentiment with which he said that may be, but these are certain things you just keep it. Even if you feel like that, just keep it. Because at the end of the day, you may not have those intentions, but you are pulling another team down. And surely the fans of that team will never like it if you say that.
Shreyas Iyer didn't do this. Could have done it.
But yeah, it's really come back to bite him now. Punjab has beaten him and his team twice.
Almost knocked them out.
Ah.
Mirage Rules, it's unbelievable. PBKS 15 points after 11 years.
Is that they've never touched 15? I'm sure if they finish 6.
14 or 12. That's been their.
14 also, I don't think
They have.
No, they have. Yeah.
They have. There is always.
Sixth, how will they finish 6th? 6th has to be just about making it. Na?
just
That's
about
why.
making it.
Yeah, 12-14 points.
12-14. That's their best.
Wow.
As I said, they have won in Dharamshala after 12 years. They have gotten to 15 points after 11 years. बात तो बहुत सही है. Indeed.
Ashish Dhar is saying that he saw the visuals of the owners discussing, so he thinks maybe they are talking that give RP take.
Akshay Kumar.
Why will Punjab do that?
I know.
Mutton Biryani says, I'm sorry to say, but Pant looks clueless at the moment. He looks frustrated also. It's like he's too arrogant to accept his flaws. He needs to work on his white ball game after IPL. But we didn't mention, like, probably the captaincy is also weighing him down. He's getting too involved in
Plus
what
the
is
price
happening
tag.
there.
That's why I did
that price tag also.
The price tag also, and that's why I don't rate him too high as a captain, because that drains him out as a player as well. So despite him making very good calls, he can never be a good captain in that sense, because that's really affecting the other aspects of his game.
Mirage rules. Maxwell is the reason now that Punjab is on a roll. No, yeah, that's been harsh. Even when Maxwell was there, they were still winning. They only lost.
Despite him, they were winning.
Despite him, they were winning.
Playing with 10 players and yet they were winning.
Yep, that's Shreyas's brilliance then. So Mirage again. So Barbie's team won against Oppenheimer. So
Why is he calling him Oppenheimer?
I think, is it Pun's favorite movie? Oppenheimer?
I think it's related to Mr. Goenka.
Yeah, but why? But why?
Maybe he's more involved in around his team or
So what is the comparison with the Oppenheimer?
I thought it was films. I thought.
No.
maybe. And Barbie is
No, that I got. Because I know the context, because Barbie and Oppenheimer went against each other in the Oscars race for most amount of this thing. I understand all that. But Barbie, I can understand the reference to, let's say, Punjab. But Oppenheimer, what is the connection like for? Because he was a scientist and came up with a nuclear bomb. So, I know, explode. They can explode. I think explosion is the common thing. Some connection I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
Medan Shroff from the UK says DC versus PBKS may be the decider for number 4. Why? Maybe PBKS fancies themselves to
In the top 2.
Yeah, top 2. Why 4?
Yes,
Why
they
even
did.
look at 4?
Shashank Singh is already said it.
Exactly.
But even Lucknow were eyeing a top 2 position. Digvesh Rathi said it. When he was asked it, what are your chances? Nitin sir asked him, what are your chances for top 4? He said, no, we are eyeing for top 2, not 4.
Now can they make top?
No, sorry, Vikrant said.
Vikrant, sir, yeah. No,
Can they get top 2?
No,
it's gone.
it's gone.
Top 4 is also gone.
Top
Yeah.
2, only 3-4 teams should think about top 2.
Yeah.
Anyone can think. You can't stop them, can you?
Medhan Shroff has another comment. The next 2 weeks will have a lot of top teams cancelling each other out. Hope RCB don't bottle this amazing chance for a top 2 finish this IPL. It's
No,
turned
they are not
very
bottling it
tight.
up.
But finally, not too many are cancelling each other. Huh?
Yeah.
The Mumbai GT are going up against each other, but they will also not cancel each other. At least GT won't be affected even if they lose. The only cancellation
MIPBKS.
that's the only one.
And MIDC?
See, I think MI PBKS also may not cancel because PBKS can still go through despite losing that. That's why for MI these games become very important.
MIDC then? Depends on how DC do well in
Yeah.
the previous game also.
Yeah. But if they split points now, they can all be in contention.
Yep.
Be a
I think the
three-way.
margins will be very narrow. Maybe just a prediction like from my side. Maybe the top team would be 20 points, then second and third would be 18 each. Depending upon the NRR, there's going to be second and third. Fourth would be 17th and fifth would be 16th.
See, all these teams now for the playoff race is shaping at that no entry scene. थोड़ा नीचे बोल के कितना नीचे लेके आए हो? Everybody will be saying that.
That's why I was trying to tell Shashwat's gut, not him, his gut, that don't worry, it'll still be tight. You don't have to. This result will not make anything different.
But as much confident I was about Delhi slump, I'm equally confident about
What if Delhi win
RCB
tomorrow?
not winning
Look, Delhi Capitals.
cup.
You were confident about RCB slipping down also.
Yeah.
That
I'm
they will
still-
go out, they will go out. No, but now they will top 4.
No, top 2 they'll make now.
Look,
What if they lose after making it to top 2 also?
So nobody has that under control. I know inside you are hoping for that. That's why you're bringing
Why will
it.
I hope that?
Because you are saying it again
So
and
many
again.
players
See,
I like in
Everyone else is saying Mr. Gavaskar on our platform has said they are the favourites to win the title. Ahead of Punjab, Mumbai, everyone said number 1 team. And yet you think they will slip, they will lose. First you kept saying they'll slip out of top 4. Now it's gone out of your thing. Now you're saying they won't make top 2. Then they'll make top 2. You'll say it's okay. They won't make the final. If they make the final, say it's okay. They won't win.
See, whoever loses MIGT, okay, whoever loses, supposing if MI win and GT lose, GT will be Salman Khan, Delhi Capitals will be Anil Kapoor, and Kolkata Knight Riders will be Fardeen Khan. All hanging on to each other by the barest of margins. No entry scene. So थोड़ा नीचे बोल के कितना नीचे कर दिया. It will be either Delhi Capitals saying this or it will be Gujarat Titans
Tomorrow
saying
it's
this.
going to be very.
Yeah.
Forecast.
Every day is that tomorrow is going to be very crucial.
No,
Yet
weather is good.
Yet
Weather
it
is
will
good in
go on
Hyderabad.
till the final day.
Yeah.
Ashish Dhar has a comment that will the pitches be sluggish in the month of February in 2026 T20 World Cup? Can leg spinners like Vipraj, Digvesh be spinning options considering pitches?
Digvesh isn't a leg spinner.
Yeah, I think in case of India, they already have a lot of spin bowling options. There's going to be a return of Kuldeep Yadav. You already have Varun Chakravarti. Bishnoi might just have to sit out because you know that you already have Akshar Patel, who would be your third spinner. Whether you would be needing another fourth spinner or not, in these conditions, it remains to be seen. But I think these three would be your first choice. And with that said, I think India might not turn to Vipraj and Digvesh.
Yeah, it's very tough right now. Again, India had Ravi Bishnoi as your spinner before this. He may not make it, that's another thing now, but that competition, there's Varun Chakravarti there as well in your list of spinners.
Bishnoi was there in the T20 World Cup 2024? No, he missed out.
But he was the...
Despite having a great...
he was travelling reserve.
Yeah.
But he was
Vashi Sundar is there.
Yeah, he was also the top
Sai
ranked
Kishore will
bowler
obviously
heading
come
into the T20 World Cup.
He was the number one ranked bowler, imagine. I didn't take him in the squad. Ravi Srinivas, Sai Kishore, how can you forget that?
Okay, Ishmeet Singh is saying, yeah, now though I am 100% sure it is. The first time though I took the comment, same comment has come.
I am also a little surprised now. No, but
were you on the phone doing this sending?
Weather of Hyderabad, yes.
Okay, Ishmeet Singh, thank you for your comment. You sent the same comment in our previous show.
Please don't waste so much money.
So read it now, please read it. Now first show I read it.
Fan of your analysis, Shashwat, keep it up. Thank you so much.
Well done, Shashwat.
But please, next time don't waste so much money.
Arvind B.
Once not to send the same thing, that's why I'm saying. And I have no friend in Canada.
No, you can say, keep sending it again. Keep changing the words. Then otherwise we'll keep suspecting him. Change the line. Like write different lines, say the same thing.
Plagiarism.
Just change the line.
No friend in Canada.
British Columbia,
We
Punjab.
never said it's your friend. We said, are you sending it?
No. How can I send? Money is coming in.
You must have from a bank you can pay Canadian dollar.
So much money I don't have to distribute an account. That I can distribute an account.
Arvind B. At Chepauk, you can wear any jersey, support your team freely, enjoy top cricket and leave safely. But in Bengaluru, CSK fans face bullying for 2 seasons. Media stays silent, including you sadly. Arvind B, you have not watched Sports Today. Please, we have done a video on it.
Did it.
Okay. We have got it up. Please.
And Siddharth has been saying for so many years. Please tell them once again your thoughts about Bengaluru fans.
Bengaluru RCB fans, they are the lowest when you have to look at fair play.
Crazy yesterday. Busting crackers and what all.
That's okay. You should celebrate your teams. There's nothing wrong.
Again.
But abusing the other set of fans.
Yeah.
Again, RCB fans think beating CSK is their IPL title. They have been born and brought up with that kind of mentality only. Let's make it very clear.
Celebration showed last season.
Last season in particular.
It looked like they won the IPL.
That was their IPL title.
They qualified because of
that. That was their IPL title. And let me be very honest. No one hates the franchisee. Everybody hates the franchisee's fans.
And they can't name 12 players from their own team.
That is another matter.
No such fans also.
RCB's fans, let me just tell you, barring only 1 or 2 people that I have known personally, the rest of the fan basis is incredibly bad. They will behave as if they won all 17 IPL titles in their lifetime. That's how they behave. So Arvind, I have been saying it from day one. RCB's fan base is the worst that you can ever get. But the way they bullied the CSK fans on 2 consecutive seasons now, 2024 absolutely not warranted. But CSK fans also, please, when the boot is on the other foot, now you know how it feels. That's the way it is. Jayan Jha, Sanju 223 runs in 6 innings, 145 strike rate. Bad IPL than Jurel?
No, but in comparison, also you got to remember, Jurel bats lower down the order. He's a top order batter. So the numbers I think pretty similar. I think both are averaging roughly around the same, and I think the same strike rate also. There's a marginal difference. But both bat at a very different position. You have to see that as well. We look at middle order batters differently than top order batters.
But Miraj, still optimistic on Pant. He is best to open.
True that.
But again, he opened in that one game. I don't know. It was against GT, if I'm not mistaken. I think LSG GT, I think he didn't do well. there also.
Yeah, but Mehraj, I mean, he could be a fan personally, but
Yeah.
overall, if you're going to be objective, then he's really slipped out of that race.
Correct.
You could rely on X factor, but truth is truth.
Truth is truth, yes. Something's wrong with my algorithm. I don't like it.
He's copying Virat's statement.
Oh, that cleaning the feed. Oh.
Has registered the interaction. So he's just copying, being sarcastic.
But he doesn't watch social media, no?
No,
Why
I mean,
not? He does.
for Virat,
He's never said he does not. He doesn't listen to
People who speak in the
cricket. Social media has a lot of other things. There's life beyond this. He doesn't listen to outside noise and cricket analysis and all that. That he knows.
But whatever it is with this algorithm and feed, that story that Virat had to put out, I feel sad for this generation. Yeah. What a miserable generation we are living in. But if he's liked somebody's post, it's his personal thing.
Yeah, but
And you have to raise such conspiracy theories. I'm like, oof, this is a sad
no,
generation.
but that's what my point. I agree with you. But then Virat, I don't think should have specified or given any reason. He should not. Why should he justify to people what he is? And I mean, I agree that sometimes that like can be pressed by mistake also. It happens.
Exactly. I mean, you're scrolling up. What happens? Sometimes your thumb accidentally double taps a photo.
Sometimes like I'm scrolling and if I see a post usme aata hai, who is it comes liked by Shashwat, but then it could be my mistake also. He must have liked something. It's not necessary that he has.
This is a
Like
sorry
the post or a
sorry,
picture or
yeah.
something.
This is sorry generation. Yeah. I'm sorry.
But by mistake also you can like.
Gen Alpha, Gen Z, miserable. Danush, Harry finally won trophy. No longer ABD of football.
Nah.
I mean, there can be a manifestation. Harry Kane wins a first major trophy. RCB win an IPL trophy.
Wow.
It could manifest into something bigger. And Ishmeet Singh, again, watching your analysis along with work is refreshing.
he's not my friend, and I can tell you that, assure you that.
I never said he's your friend.
How can he not be my friend? Because look at his TP.
It could be
RCB's
also,
logo.
Arey,
Nahi.
it's not your
RCB
friend,
logo.
it was you I was saying.
No, RCB logo.
But you
is
have to
there.
make sure that nobody suspects by putting a logo that.
I didn't know that.
That is nitpicking to the next level.
He's put in
And by the way, all of us have friends who like different teams.
I
yeah?
have no friend who likes RCB.
How do you know?
I'm.
And so if
my
there is a
friends-
friend who likes RCB, you will
There is
unfriend
nobody.
him.
We cannot vibe if there's somebody.
Then you cannot be friends only.
We
You leave your friend because he likes
I
RCB.
won't
That
leave-
is how much you hate
No,
a
no,
franchise.
I won't leave
I
my-
think this is
No,
an
no, no,
extreme,
no.
extreme reaction.
No, I won't leave my friends. I'm telling you, if somebody is my friend and is an IPL fan, and I'll still remain his friend. But the only thing is that my friends, the mentality is so similar that they cannot like RCB. They
So
don't
you are saying your mentality is such that it can never like RCB.
Yeah, we never like
So
RCB.
that is what I'm saying. That there is so much of hate and bias
No,
that no matter what you've just that you cannot like RCB, and I think that's very unfair.
No, I'm not
You are
biased.
supposed to judge the team basis the team what they're doing,
I'm saying they're one of the better teams that count them always when it's
but
about
you
the
cannot
top.
like them eventually.
Yeah, but
And
still
anybody who
but
likes
still I'll
you and
analyze
him
them.
can never be friends.
No.
That's what you said.
See, I'll tell. I had a friend. Okay, he was an RCB fan. So I knew since the very beginning that we won't, not because of this reason, because of other reasons as well, that our friendship won't last long. And it ended. Not because he was an RCB fan, because of other reasons as well. So I know the personality traits, the kind of personality traits I would be friends with won't like RCB. Is what all I was trying to say.
That just explains his analysis of RCB.
No.
I don't say anything.
I didn't mean to say anything like that, please. Sorry.
You have said whatever people have heard.
It's done.
It is there. It will never go away.
Yeah. Mirage rules again. RCB and CSK fans are not real.
Real.
Not real. Oh my God. What wordplay yaar. Not real.
Chalo, on that note, we'll call it a night. Thank you very much for joining us. If you're joining us late, you can rewind. Rewind is allowed, na? You can rewind. And you can go back and see the debate from the start.
Yep.
And
So-
learn why Shashwat can't be friends with you if you are an RCB
And
fan.
I'm sorry, all of you who are RCB fans, don't send him a friend request or anything.
Nothing like that.
No.
Yeah.
Cannot. Talk to the hand.
Yes.
Bye bye. Good night. Have a good Sunday. No, it's actually Monday already.
Yeah, it's Monday.
So have a good Monday. And if you're feeling Monday blues in office, tune into Sports Today in the evening. We'll be here bringing you some cricket analysis that will make your Monday. I'm not saying
Not so mundane.
not mundane, and slightly brighter side of Monday you'll get to see.
Exactly.
So come on.
Bye bye.
See you.
Nandri,
Take care.
Vanakkam, Shubhratri, Shabba Khair. Eat your vegetables.
And don't trouble your mother.
Stay safe.
And don't hate RCB.
But subscribe to Sports Today.
You gotta give them a chance.